Men over 60, listen carefully. Do you know that nearly 7 out of 10 men your age already have prostate enlargement? Most of them don't even realize it until it steals their sleep, their energy, and even their confidence as men. The scary part is this: almost no doctor tells you that 3 simple daily habits-free, natural, and proven by science could slow down that process or even reverse many symptoms. If you don't learn them now, you could face years of frustration that are completely preventable. I'm Jennifer Morgan, a urologist with over 25 years of experience helping men improve circulation, protect their prostates, and restore vitality naturally. Over the decades, I've treated thousands of men in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who came to me with the same complaints: a weak stream, restless nights from bathroom trips, constant fatigue, and the quiet fear that they were losing control of their health as men. Here's what I want you to know right away. These symptoms are not just a part of aging. They are not something you have to simply accept, and you are not powerless. The prostate may be small, about the size of a walnut, but its influence is enormous. It sits just beneath your bladder, wrapped around your urethra, and it plays a crucial role in your urinary function and reproductive health. For most of your life, you probably never gave it much thought, but after 60, hormonal changes, especially shifts in testosterone and its byproducts, trigger the prostate to grow. This growth is called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. By age 60, around 60% of men develop it. By age 70, the number rises closer to 70%. For some, the changes are mild, but for many, they're disruptive. The struggle to start urination, a weak and frustrating stream, that nagging feeling that your bladder never fully empties, and the most exhausting of all, those constant nighttime awakenings that rob you of deep, healing sleep. Now, here's the truth: most men never hear these symptoms are not inevitable. According to research from the Mayo Clinic, the Mayo Clinic and the NIH have found that there are natural, evidence-based strategies that can dramatically improve prostate health. Today, I'm going to share 3 of the most powerful ones with you. These aren't theories or internet rumors. They're daily habits, small adjustments in how you hydrate, how you move, and how you care for intimacy that can make a life-changing difference. I promise you this: at least one of them will surprise you, so stay with me. In the next few minutes, we'll begin with something so simple you might overlook it every day: the way you drink water. Done wrong, it inflames your prostate and wrecks your sleep. Done right, it can cut nighttime trips to the bathroom in half. Let's dive in. Let's start with the first daily habit that most men get wrong: hydration. Now, I know what you might be thinking: Morgan, everyone knows drinking water is important. And yes, that's true. But here's the shocking part. Most men over 60 actually hydrate in a way that exacerbates their prostate symptoms. Here's why: as we age, our sense of thirst weakens. Many men simply don't feel thirsty the way they used to. So they go hours, sometimes half a day, without drinking. Then, late in the evening, they suddenly realize they're dehydrated. What do? They chug a large glass or 2 of water right before bed. At first glance, that sounds responsible, catching up on fluids, but in reality, it's one of the worst things you can do for your prostate. Why? Because dehydration during the day leads to concentrated urine. Instead of being light and clear, your urine becomes dark and dense, packed with salts, irritants, and toxins. Concentrated urine does 2 harmful things at once. It irritates your bladder and inflames your prostate. Imagine pouring strong coffee into a delicate filter all day long. That constant irritation builds up, and over time, your bladder and prostate become more sensitive, more swollen, and less able to function smoothly. A study published in the Journal of Urology found that men who drank less than 1.5 liters of water daily reported more severe urinary symptoms, such as urgency, weak stream, and frequent nighttime trips, than those who consumed 2 to 3 liters spread evenly throughout the day. And here's the encouraging part: when those men improve their hydration habits, their symptoms decrease significantly in just a few weeks. I'll give you a real-world example. One of my patients, Robert, age 67, came to me exhausted. He was waking up 4 or 5 times a night and dragging himself through the day. His first question was whether he needed surgery. But when I asked about his water habits, he admitted he barely drank during the day and then filled 2 big glasses at night. We made one simple change: front-load his hydration in the morning and afternoon, and taper off after dinner. Within a month, Robert was waking up only once at night. His wife told me, "You gave me my husband back. He finally has energy again." This is what I call strategic hydration. It's not just how much you drink, but when you drink. The goal is to take in at least 70% of your fluids before 600 p.m. That way, your prostate and bladder stay hydrated, but your nights are uninterrupted. Research shows that men who adopt this simple timing strategy can reduce nighttime symptoms by up to 40%. Think about that: almost cutting your bathroom trips in half. with one small adjustment. So ask yourself, are you drinking the right way? Or are you unintentionally inflaming your prostate every single day? And hydration is just the beginning, because even if you master this, there's another overlooked habit that quietly fuels prostate problems. Surprisingly, it has nothing to do with what you drink, but what you do after you eat. That's what we'll dive into next. Now that you know how to hydrate strategically, let's move on to the second habit, one that's so simple that most men dismiss it at first: walking after meals. I can already hear some of you thinking, "Drive, Morgan, how can something as ordinary as a walk really protect my prostate?" The answer is in more ways than you realize. Let me start with a story. A patient of mine, Thomas, age 68, came into my office frustrated. He was waking up 5 to 6 times every night, his bladder always felt half full, and he was constantly fatigued. He had already tried medication with little relief. After reviewing his lifestyle, I gave him one prescription, not a pill, but a practice: take a 10 to 15 minute walk after lunch and dinner. He looked at me like I was joking, but 2 weeks later, Thomas returned with a grin, saying, "Doctor, I'm only getting up twice a night now. I feel like a new man." Why does something so simple work so well? It all comes down to circulation and inflammation. When you walk after a meal, your blood vessels open up, delivering oxygen-rich blood to your pelvic region, including your prostate. Think of your prostate like the engine in your car. If the oil doesn't circulate properly, friction builds, and the engine overheats. In your body, poor circulation fuels inflammation, which worsens enlargement and urinary symptoms. But light walking is like turning on the pump. It keeps everything flowing smoothly. And that's not all. Walking after meals also stabilizes your blood sugar. This is crucial because poorly controlled blood sugar is strongly linked to prostate problems. High glucose fuels inflammation, damages blood vessels, and disrupts hormones. In fact, research published in the journal Diabetes and Metabolic Syndrome showed that men with poor glucose control had more severe urinary symptoms and faster prostate growth. Here's another benefit: walking after meals reduces overall body-wide inflammation. A study in the Journal of Inflammation Research found that just 15 minutes of light walking after eating significantly lowered inflammatory markers in older adults. That's like flipping off the inflammation switch, not only in your prostate, but also in your heart, joints, and even your brain. Now, I'm not asking you to power walk or sweat. The goal isn't exercise intensity, it's movement consistency. Just 10 to 15 minutes at a comfortable pace after lunch and dinner is enough. You don't need fancy equipment or even a gym. All you need is to put one foot in front of the other. And here's a bonus: walking after dinner improves digestion, reduces bloating, and helps you sleep more soundly. As we've already seen, better sleep equals better prostate health. So, here's my challenge to you tonight: instead of sitting down on the couch after dinner, go for a short stroll around your block. Then come back to this video tomorrow and type in the comments 1 if you tried it, or 0 if you haven't yet. I want to know how many of you are taking action today. Hydration and walking may sound basic, but together they're powerful. Yet, there's still one more daily habit that might surprise you even more. It has to do with intimacy, hormones, and the quality, not just the quantity, of your sexual health. What I'm about to share may completely change the way you think about protecting your prostate. We've talked about hydration and walking. Now, let's turn to the third habit, one that many men are shy to discuss, but it's absolutely critical for prostate health: intimacy. For decades, doctors believed that frequent ejaculation through sex or masturbation was always beneficial for the prostate.